Now there are quite a few TikTok accounts that focus on geography facts, and one of the most popular is called GeoGlobeTales. I've received a number of different requests on my channel to try to replicate the look of these maps. So that's what I'm going to be doing in today's tutorial. If you want to get access to these project files, you can head over to my Patreon page. Now, if you are totally new to this world, I'm using a tool called Adobe After Effects with a premium extension called GeoLayers 3, which allows me to create the professional map animations. If you want to learn more about GeoLayers, you can follow the affiliate link down in the video description. Now, if you already use GeoLayers and you simply want to master the art of map animation, check out my GeoLayers 3 masterclass, which is also in the video description. Let's get into it. Okay, I'm inside of Adobe After Effects and I've got the GeoLayers panel open here. I'm going to click on Create Mapcomp. And I've set the size here to 3840 by 2160, which is Ultra HD 4K. And I'm going to change the duration to 90. Click Next. And for the imagery profile, select Esri, and then click on it again. And here you have the Style drop-down menu. And you want to select World Imagery. This is their satellite profile that GeoGlobeTales uses. Click Create. Now I want to basically mat out the map and only show one map. I don't want it to be tiled like this. So I'm going to create a mat to use on the World Mapcomp layer. So what I'm going to do is first make sure that my map is centered up. So just zero out the latitude and the longitude, and then deselect this layer. Go to the rectangle tool. Select a fill, just make sure it's set to 100% opacity, it doesn't matter the color because we're going to be using this as an alpha matte. And now hold shift, double click to create this square. And we'll rename this matte. And we want this to move with our map, so make sure you parent it to the Mapcomp anchor and set it to 3D. Now it will move if we make any pitch or bearing changes, zoom changes, this is going to move. It's very important that you do this. And now I will toggle switches and modes, and I'm going to grab the track matte parent pick whip of the World Mapcomp, and I will set the track matte to our new square matte, and now voila, we have this matted out. And I can reposition this via a little widget just to make sure that it's kind of perfectly centered up here. And then I can even come over here to the properties and just, make some like fine-tune adjustments, like bring this in so that Alaska and Russia are properly cropped out. Okay, cool. Now I want to design the background. So I want to have like some kind of paper blueprint texture with a grid. So for this, I'm actually going to go to texturelabs.org. You can see this is a library of free textures. And if you go here, they have a paper category. So right here, I'm going to grab this vintage blueprint draft, paper 381. Just go ahead and download that, and then you can go grab it and bring it directly into your project, bring it to the bottom layer here so that it's behind your map, and then make sure you parent it to your Mapcomp anchor, and again, set it to 3D, and now it will move with your map as well. So now you have this little background. I'm not going to spend too much time designing this, but just make sure when you zoom out that depending on how far you're going to zoom out, you want to make sure that this covers up the entire area. So I'm not going to be really zooming out much past this, so it's perfectly fine. Also make sure that you have it at a specific scale to where when you zoom in, it's not looking too pixelated. I mean, it probably will, but if you're on the edges of the map, you want to make sure that it still looks halfway decent or looks how you want it to look. So now for the grid, you can add the grid directly on the texture as an effect. And you know what, I'm just going to go ahead and do that. So go to Window and select Effects and Presets, and then up here search for the keyword grid. Under Generate, you'll find this here. Just drop it directly on your texture, and under blending mode, set it to screen, and that will bring back your texture. And now under size from, switch this to width and height sliders. And now what you can do is you can manually input this, and I'm going to do 100 for both the width and the height. Now we have this little grid here. Bring the opacity down to something like 65 or whatever you want. And I'll bring the width of this to like 3. Now if you want to double this up and make a little bit of a nicer composite, I can actually duplicate this grid. And with the second grid, you can see here, since it's at 100 width and 100 height, I want to move it over by 50 pixels and change the opacity. So I can go up to the anchor here and just do plus 50, and that's going to shift it over. And I'll do the same thing with the Y, plus 50. And now we've got this, and now if I go to the opacity and set it to something like 30, we've got a little bit more of a dynamic look. Now you could have this grid on a completely different layer if you're going to be doing like some adjustments and tweaks, but I think this is perfectly fine for my use case. Again, when we zoom in on the edges here, it might look a little bit pixelated, but that's, I'm perfectly fine with that. Now to make the map stand out a little bit more, what you can do is use some layer styles directly on your world Mapcomp. Just select it, go to layer, layer styles, and then you can add a drop shadow, and that's going to make it stand out. And I'll just quickly adjust the parameters here. And I'll also add a stroke, and again, quickly adjust these parameters. There you go, that's a pretty cool look. All right, now our map is pretty much set up here. Now I want to create a quick animation. So let's say, just in this example, we want to call out the Democratic Republic of Congo. So I'm going to search for this map feature, DRC, and I'll just download this. And I'm going to go to the shape layer styles, and I'm going to grab like a white stroke here, something like this. And let's make sure that it's set to auto stroke width. And now let's double click and just zoom in to the DRC here, finalize this. Now I want to draw out, a quick little border here. And if you notice in a lot of the animations on GeoGlobeTales, they have the stroke doing a trim paths animation. And a lot of them are these cool like double, they kind of offset and move together, they come together. So I want to create that animation really quickly, which is very, very cool. So if I just draw this out, I'll draw it out right here. Now we've got this. I'm going to do a trim paths animation. So with this selected, I will click on add trim paths, and trim paths gives you a start, an end, and an offset. So I want to animate the end here. I'm going to do like a 2-second animation here. So let's go and add, like mess with the work area here, bring this over here, and then we're going to go from 0 to, actually we're going to go from 0 to 50, not 0 to 100, because we're going to be doing half and then half. So right now this is what this looks like. So we have this animate out this way, and I want to quickly add some ease here, keyframe assistant, easy ease, and then just mess with your speed graph right here. And once again, if anybody tells you the speed graph isn't cool, tell them to shut up. And now we can animate the offset as well. So we want it to not only animate on like this, but we want the line to shift a little bit as well. So I'm going to add a keyframe to offset, and we just want it to offset by like 45 degrees. So add a keyframe to 45 degrees here, and then we'll actually add the same kind of graph to here. So let's go easy ease, and then go to the speed graph again for both of these. It will do this little shift-a-rooney here. Okay, so now it goes like that. Now what I want to do is create the other half of this. So I want to group these. So I'm going to group this trim paths with this one, group shapes. And now I'm going to duplicate this group. And for group 2, what I want to do instead is change the animation of the offset. So we want it to be perfectly on the other side. So we're going to start this animation at 180. And for the second keyframe, we're going to go 45 degrees. So it's going to be 180 plus 45. And if my calculations are correct, we should have an animation here. There we go. Now, you'll also notice if you're watching GeoGlobeTales that they have glows. You can do glows inside of After Effects, but I think it is worth the investment to get a plugin, a premium plugin called Deep Glow. And it's really like plug and play, slap it on. So what you can do here is just go Deep Glow, slap it on here, and now you've got this crazy cool glow. You're going to be able to use it however, on whatever you want, and it's really, really worth the money. If you're going to be doing a lot of these animations, seriously, go buy it. Now let's also add just a solid, let's do like just any kind of color here, like this color here, and let's draw this out. Maybe set this to like an overlay. Actually, let's change this to like a white color, and then we'll bring the opacity down just a little bit so that this will just punch on and highlight a little bit. And we also want this to slowly fade on. So I'll go to effects and presets, and you can actually just grab this effect called fade in, and its behaviors, fade in out frames, and this will give you a fade in that snaps to your endpoint right here. So we want these to like come on like this. Okay, there we go. So now I've got like a proper little animation here. Now I want to have some text. So I'm going to add some text right here. Let's just manually add some text. We'll do DRC. We want to center this up. And now I'm going to parent this to the world Mapcomp anchor, and I'm going to set it to 3D as well. Deep glow. Yes, I'm lazy. All right, now let's actually animate this. For the animation, I essentially want to fly into the country as it's animating, pause, and then fly back out a little bit. But we want to remember that we're exporting this to a portrait 9:16. So what I want to do is add a guide to make sure that everything is perfectly positioned. So I'm going to go and create a new square here. I'll just hold shift, double click. So now we have this new square. I'm going to disconnect this little chain here, and I'm going to manually type in the size here. I'm going to do 1080 by 1920, and that's going to give us a perfect 9:16 aspect ratio. And as long as the scale is still set to 100, just right click on this and go to transform and say fit to comp height, and that will perfectly match it up. The only reason I didn't do 2160 by whatever, because I don't know the actual resolution there that is perfect 9:16. And I'll call this vertical guide. And what you can do is you can right click on this and you can say guide layer. With this selected, it will not show up in your renders. And you can kind of design this however you want. You can turn off the fill and just have it as a stroke, maybe bump up the size here. Now, if we really want to create a nice guide for TikTok, you probably want to have other safe zones, but this is going to work for us right now. Okay, now for the animation. We'll do our starting point. We'll change the pitch and the bearing a little bit. Start maybe right here, add some keyframes, and then come to the 2-second mark. So we want it to fly in over the course of like maybe 3 seconds. So we'll manually move this over here, and then it will come back out maybe at the 5-second mark. It will come back out just a little bit, and I'll reset the rotation here. So that's going to add pitch and bearing. So now we've got something that looks like this. So we want to change the speed of this now. So I'm going to grab these keyframes up here, and we're going to adjust the speed graph here, like make this kick in really fast. And then on this side, we're going to have it kind of like middle, something like right here. Just make sure you select all the keyframes at the same time. So let's see what this looks like. And you're gonna need to tweak these, quite often. I actually want these to move the whole time. So I'm just gonna have these, pull these all the way out here so that for the whole duration of the 6 seconds, we have some kind of movement. Now, one thing that I do want is I want the text. Well, I want to tweak the timing of these animations now. So I want these, both the fill and the stroke, to come in just a little bit later. So I'll just move these here. There we go. And I want the text to only be visible when I zoom back out. I want it to reveal the text, and I want that nice parallax that they always do with the text kind of moving, but it looks like it's off the map a little bit. So for this, I might need to zoom in just a little bit further here. There we go. And all I need to do now is grab the Democratic Republic of Congo text and make sure that I have the local access mode widget selected, and just grab the arrow for Z here. And then if you grab Z, you can start to pull it up off of the map. And if I pull it like out of frame here, and then I'm going to trim it down so that it won't be visible here. So the animation will start with just the borders and the fill, and then we zoom out and we have the parallax, and then hopefully it should like perfectly center it up. And we can even add, like I could have these fade in and add, we want the text to animate on a little bit. So what we could do is just go to animation presets and go to presets text, and then you have all kinds of different things, but I'm going to grab animate in, and you can grab, you can use any of these that you want, but I want this something to come in by character here. So in fact, I'll just do fade up by characters, and this is looking pretty good. And I could just come in here and grab these keyframes and just make this a bit faster. And now I would start tweaking probably over the next 30 minutes, just keep tweaking this animation until I get something that I like. Then I would want to add sound effects And if I'm making a whole video like this, I really want to get templates set up so that I can just start to add elements and animate the camera. And that should be really all you're doing for each particular project. Now, to actually render this out, I feel like the best way to go about this is to create an entirely new composition and just call it vertical. And you can go to the preset here and you can add a social media portrait HD right here. And now all you have to do is grab your containing world Mapcomp, put it here, but you do need to scale it down. So right click on it and go to transform and say set to a fit to comp height. That's going to scale it down a little bit. Now you've got this, and here you can add any overlays or anything that you want that's like not going to be animating with the map. You can add it here, and it's just much easier to render this out. So I can just go to composition, add to render queue. So in this particular workflow, you don't have to worry about export presets or any of that nonsense. You can just do match render settings or match your sequence settings and then render it out and then choose, you know, a bitrate or whatever you want. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think down in the comments section. What are your favorite TikTok accounts that focus on this geography facts genre? Also, I just started work on an Adobe After Effects masterclass. If you want to learn more about that, you can join the waitlist with all the other links down in the video description. See you next time.